Well, hello and welcome to RADwood. This is an American event that has made the leap to the UK. It's run by Haggerty UK Insurance Company, and it's a celebration of all that is 80s and 90s, not just the cars, but also the outfits, the colours. They've got an arcade in there full of games. So let's have a very quick look around. We'll start with Joe Hallebeck's lovely Volvo 940. Very nice. BMW E28 M5 gives us a headlamp wiper moment, but look at this lovely Audi 90. It's got the bonnet propped at the moment. It's a Quattro. The 90 was the slightly more sporty 80. It's got the 5-cylinder engine, slightly different front end indicators in the bumper. I think a much more interesting car, and that is an absolutely stunning colour. Also stunning, we saw this at Festival of the Unexceptional. There will be some overlap. Rover ST1 in Triton green, looking splendid next to this Lotus Esprit, which gives us a pantograph wiper moment. Very nice, very low. Mark II Golf GTI, later big bumper one, BMW 8 Series. And this is where we're going to see the difference today. DeLorean, of course, hoping to get a test done. It's a right-hand drive one, quite rare. This event is not unexceptional. It's not about the family favourites. This is about everything 80s and 90s. So we're going to see a lot of sports cars. It's going to be straying slightly out of typical Hubnut territory, but because it's 80s and 90s, I know a fair bit about some of these cars and do like them very much, like this Toyota Celica GT4. Look at that dealer plate, very nice. Polo G40, supercharged engine. Fun fact for you, Jet, out of the Gladiators, had a Polo G40. I remember reading about it in Auto Express. And this is a historic and classic vehicles alliance protecting the future of our past, apparently. Porsche 911, nice fat arches, a Marlin kit car. Ferrari F355 gives us another pantograph wiper moment. It's kind of the end of Ferraris for me, I think. Beautiful looking car. Porsche 944, quite an early one, still got the left-hand drive wiper pattern. Ferrari 308 GTS, that's the full-on Magnum PI spec, isn't it? Another Lotus Esprit, this one a turbo. That's what gave them truly sort of supercar levels of performance. And a lovely little fact, styled by one of my favourites, Giugiaro, whose son designed the Daewoo it is. Another Porsche 911, lovely shade of blue, and a Porsche 928 there on the end. BMW Z3 in the background, a reminder there, 1990s. This is Starter Motors, about introducing the next generation to classic cars, it seems. Not ever so many 80s, 90s cars in this lineup. Lovely Jaguar S-Type there. S-Type definitely recommended. Porsche 924. But look at this Lancia Delta, HF Integrale rally car. That is very nice. Never seen one in that livery before. Okay, so Starter Motor is a loan scheme. They are loaning these cars for 1 or 2 weeks to drivers under 25 years old to get them interested in classic cars, find out what it's all about. That's brilliant. So next to that lovely Saab 900 Turbo, which gives us a headlamp wiper moment, we've got the car that for me sums up the event. This really is what it's all about. Nothing sums up 80s excess quite like a Ferrari Testarossa. I had the book on these when I was a child, which had so many facts. At one point I could tell you the firing order of its flat 12 engine. That information is lost to time, but I can tell you that this one dates from about the middle of production. Hasn't got an age-related number plate, but earlier ones only had a single door mirror because they couldn't clear the enormous rear wings. They had to wait for a change in legislation which allowed part of the rear wings to be shown in the rear view mirrors. But it hasn't got the later, I think they've moved to a 5-stud design. So it's still got the centre lock wheels. You have to use a big spanner and wallop it to get the wheels off. These strakes, very 1980s, channel air into 2 side-mounted radiators, I seem to recall. Got the rear lights hidden by this little grille at the back, and for some people these were seen as just a bit too excessive. Look at the width, but on the scale of today's motoring, perhaps not so bad, but yeah, definitely a bit excessive. Oh, the starter motors are giving some youngsters a run around in cars right now by the look of it. Excellent. What a brilliant idea that is. But yeah, 80s XS, the Ferrari's Testarossa has got it by the bucket load. Mazda RX-7 are these FCs, I kind of forget, but known colloquially as the Batmobile RX-7s, rotary engine, fantastic styling, and yeah, would have come with that wing from the factory. It's a fine looking car. Next to that we got Katie wrenching wenches Volkswagen Scirocco. Katie is looking the part in her tracksuit. Good to look the part. But yeah, looking splendid. That white steering wheel is definitely working today, isn't it? So that's looking absolutely marvellous. Oh, and we've even got a bag in the back. Marvellous. See, that's what it is. People really embrace the whole nature of this event. Toyota Corolla 3-door GT. I drove one of those in New Zealand, but it didn't have a 4-age with throttle bodies on it. But I love it, the fact that otherwise it's pretty stock looking, really sharp looking car, that generation. I've got a Fiat Barchetta here, which has been right-hand drive converted because they didn't come right-hand drive from the factory. That's very nice. And next to this, a car I remember. Hello, how are you doing?
How are you?
So this is a Honda Civic that we featured in Retro Japanese magazine. It was a front cover star some years ago. I believe it's now got a turbo, just sitting beautifully on these wheels. Really nice looking car. So yeah, splendid, really good to see. Rover SD1 Vitesse, it kind of has to be really, doesn't it? You need one here. Again, sums up that 80s XS almost as well as a modified Vauxhall Nova. I was hoping for a few sort of period modified cars, so we'll see what else turns up. There's still stuff coming in. Look, that Ford F-150 pickup, or is it bigger? We shall find out momentarily. Eddie and Bernie are here with their Nissan Pulsar Exa. This is one of 100 convertibles. We've seen this at various shows. Japan Classic Sunday, I think, was the last one, and it's had apparently a ton of welding since we last saw it. The backs of the sills were all rotten, but very difficult to get parts for because the convertibles were such limited numbers. It is a 250. I like it. Good times. But yeah, Eddie and Bernie also win prizes for outfit. They are looking absolutely the part today. They got the glasses, they got the whole look, looking absolutely perfect. TVR wedge next to it here. Up and down vids could tell you more about those. It's got the 3.5 litre Rover V8 engine in them. BMW 3 Series. After Bar did their own version of the 3 Series, BMW went, you know what, I think we can do it as well. And they dispelled with the roll bar, so you get a much cleaner look on the factory 3 Series convertible. It's 325i, it's the engine to have. Now another classic 90s BMW Z1 with these doors that roll down into the sills. No one else has ever done that, just BMW. An intriguing car. Moving on from the Z3, another Porsche 911 Targa. Again, a very 80s style with the fixed rear window. Even those were introduced quite early, it just nothing screams 80s more than a red Porsche 911. Very nice Transit just coming over there. But there's stuff coming in all the time from when I did my little burst around earlier. Let's go and have a look. Mark 1 Golf convertible. Lovely. And over here we've got the film cars. And this is something I'm particularly enjoying. 18 van. A reminder that the 18 van was not all black. It was actually silver with a red stripe and then black. I think there were a couple of different styles over the years. Yeah, I used to love the 18. I used to love their adventures in their big old GMC van. DeLorean in a full Back to the Future mode. Oh look, we've even got the hoverboard. That is a lot of effort out of time. This one's lost on me, a Ford Taurus. I don't fully understand that one, but then we've got Ecto 1 from Ghostbusters. Isn't that just absolutely magnificent? And then Here's Kit. Hello, Kit. It's got the full interior as well.
Thanks. You're not so bad yourself.
Yeah, that is absolutely joyous. I love this. They're keeping the modern parking all the way over there, well out of the way. That's absolutely splendid. Great idea. Here comes a little Lotus Elise, named after Roman Artioli's daughter. I think her name was actually Elisa. And yeah, let's go and have a walk down the line. We've got cars coming in all over the place. And Honda NSX, what an amazing car. They sound absolutely magnificent. Let's go and have a bit of a walk along here. Saab 900 Turbo convertible. Hello.
Hello.
Oh yeah.
You all right, mate?
See you later. Toyota Sora. Wouldn't have seen many of these here back in the 90s, but there's quite a few over here now. Land Rover Discovery second generation. That's 90s. That counts. And look at this beefy old Porsche 911 Carrera on the back. Wow. BMW E36 Coupe. Very nice cars. Hello. And that one, the 320i. And then we've got the rather meaner Z3M, which came in this funky little estate form. W124 Mercedes, or S124 because it's station wagon. Porsche 911 993. A very interesting double-armed pantograph rear wiper on these. The last of the air-cooled 911s. BMW M3. Oh yeah, full-on DTM spec. Audi 80. Very nice. Jaguar XJS. I think that one is the V12 pantograph headlamp wiper moments. Lovely. Yeah, HE's the high efficiency. Another E36. Looking quite mean and moody. E30 giving us double headlamp wiper joy. Oh, splendid. Another convertible and another convertible. So a good showing of those. Oh, look at the colour on this one. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing? That's a fabulous colour. I'm liking that car ever so much. Oh, thank you. What country was this sold in originally then?
Pardon?
What country was it sold in originally?
We bought it in Oman in 84, so we've had it since
Oman.
new.
Wow, brilliant. That's a splendid story. Toyota MR2 Mark 1, looking really nice. Hello. Volkswagen Polo bread van, shambolically delicious. Another Audi 80, a left-hand drive one. A very, very mean Merc there. It's got the 6.3 AMG engine. Lancia Dedra. Oh yes. That is a fantastic sight. And then one of my favourite American cars is the Camaro, 3rd gen. Oh yes. Hiya. Listen to that. Tuned port injection. Oh yeah. Nice. And another MR2 Mark II this time. 2-litre GTI 16. Lovely. Yeah, I'm going to like this event because look at the variety we've got. Skoda Felicia. Good to see. That's when Volkswagen bought Skoda, they improved it into the Felicia. I think they lost some of the charm along the way, but there's a growing following for them, so that's good. An XJS convertible. They sort of did a semi-convertible initially, and then this full conversion rather, V12. That's good again. So cars are queuing up to come in. I can see a Lincoln Mark 8. I'm wondering if it's the one I've driven. There's quite a few cars I've driven here. I can see a Cavalier Caliber. Oh, we're going to have plenty to see. So don't worry, folks. This is going to be a very lengthy report. I know it started off a bit professional, but that's not really how we roll here. Subaru Impreza 1993. That one. That's a fairly early example. I'm going to have to keep moving quite quickly. It's a 348, which also has a pantograph wiper. So this is like the baby Testarossa, the 348. Mid-mounted V8 engine, and yeah, I think I've got a model of one of those somewhere. Another Volkswagen Scirocco, Peugeot 106 Rally, the sort of stripped out enormous fun version. What looks, is that a supercharged Golf? Ooh, interesting. Mark III convertible. Oh, hello, I've just noticed a sneaky Holden or HSV sneaking in up here at the back. Is it a full-on Maloo? I'm just jumping out because I drove one of these when I was in Australia, and they're absolutely hilarious. I believe it is a Maloo, but I'm losing my place. We should head back to the front. Oh, here's Anthony looking very proper in his period garb. Looks amazing. He owns the 106 Rally, Volkswagen Corrado, VR6, narrow angle V6 engine, R129 SL, which I'm thinking is that the V12 version or just the V8. It's a big lump of engine. Either way, it gives us a headlamp wiper moment. And if we come around the rear, there we go, it is the V8, the SL 500. They also did a 600, which didn't really seem to have any point. Rover 600, one of my favourite Rover saloons in Nightfire Red, looking absolutely splendid. Really like that. Next to someone's Citroen GSA. Oh, that'd be mine. Hello, Giselle. Mark 1 Golf GTI, BMW E39 5 Series. Really nice. One of the things I love about these cars is the strip spoiler. Just the merest hint of a rear spoiler. Really, really nice. Another BMW E30, this time 4-door saloon. Paul Cowland off that there telly is here in this enormous GMC thing with all these guys put personal place on it. Very nice. Very 80s. That is huge. I'm just looking at the load bed area. That is enormous. So yeah, well done, Paul. I need to go and see Paul. Paul has the most amazing collection of cars, and it's not all fancy stuff. He's got a bit of fancy stuff, but then he's got a Peugeot 505 estate, and I think a Renault Espace as well. So definitely a man worth checking out. This is a Mitsubishi Cordia, which I entirely failed to feature in Retro Japanese the entire time I worked on the title. I saw photos of it from shows, and oh, look at that, little vents. Wonderful car, lovely condition. So yeah, good to finally see it in the metal. It's the first time I've actually seen it. It's turbo. Looks like it's got the super shift transmission as well. Oh, okay, thank you. Is that a super shift I spy?
It's full economy and full sport.
Oh wow, lovely. So effectively you've got an 8-speed gearbox.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So next to the Cordia we've got Honda CRX. It's Mark 1. These are getting quite rare now. I'm running around the back to see if it's got the rear wiper. It hasn't, sadly. It was a pantograph rear wiper on these, but very, very nice. Now I've got a Morgan next to it, which might be getting damp. It's just started raining very, very gently. I think a +8, judging by the noises I heard as it came in. Yep, there we go. Situation confirmed. Now Honda Beat, we've seen this at various events, usually the retro rides ones, usually out on track, having some fun times. It seems to have a single wiper conversion these days. Honda Beats, absolutely fantastic little K car. They've got a mid-mounted 660, might be 658 cc engine, but unlike everyone else, Honda went naturally aspirated. So most manufacturers went with a turbo to get them up to the maximum allowed 63 brake horsepower. Suzuki Cappuccino, for example. Honda went naturally aspirated. But just a dinky little car, which I absolutely love. TVR Wedge again, another 350i, another supercharged Polo G40, Audi S4 is that, and a Daihatsu Mira, or Corre I think that was sold over here. It's a TRXX twin cam 16 valve turbo, tiny little 4-cylinder engine. It is the Corre TRXX. Some of these were actually sold over here. Interesting lights going on in the bumper. Were actually sold in the UK by Daihatsu. Very, very few, kind of test the market. It's a later XJS with the later rear end. Audi Quattro, giving off some serious Sarah untuned vibes. Very, very nice. A Peugeot 205 next to it. It looks like a basic 205, but those wheels hint there may be mischief involved. A cream Volvo 740 saloon, later facelift front end. Another Saab turbo, we will see many of them today. Fiat Coupe with an incredible crisp angle styling. It's a 20 valve turbo. It's a 5-cylinder engine they somehow shoehorned under that very, very pretty bonnet. Another E46 Coupe, I think that might be an M. Another Corrado VR6. Another E36 M3. That really was the colour. Porsche 933. And another E36, this time a convertible, contrasting the green beautifully with the tan interior. Very, very pretty cars. Very sharp styling on those. I do like it. Lotus Lee's Nissan Micra. I think that one might be a sport. Judging by those extra lamps, we did a little K11 test recently. And oh yeah, look at this little additional panel on the back as well. Mark II Golf, again, big bumper, a late one. Another 993. Oh, look at this. Volkswagen Golf Mark II with some sort of period aftermarket body kit. The G60, oh, supercharged. I could well be wrong then, I might be factory. Rally Golf. Okay, learning all the time, people, we're learning all the time. Splendid. Audi 100 S6. Alfa Romeo GTV with the V6 engine, hence the ridiculous bonnet bulge. A Mark 1 Golf, Volvo V70, Nissan 200SX, or something approaching that, based on the Silvia line. 350Z, a very, very dazzle camouflage Celica. 147 GTA, what are these called? I've entirely forgotten. Designed by Bertoni. GT Blackline. More holes being revealed in my knowledge as we stray away from ordinary cars. CRX Mark II. Very nice. Subaru Forester. Look at the kit on that. Another 129 SL. R33 Skyline. The least popular. Buy one of those. They're the one to go for. E39 BMW. And it's Bonk the Magic Wagon. The Pontiac Transport. I drove in a video last year, was it? Might have been last year. Mazda MX-3. These came with a 1.8 litre V6 engine. Volkswagen Jetta, the booted Golf. Chevrolet Corvette. And probably a little Caterham. Oh, it's got Caterham tyres. Caterham Academy. Lowrider stylings on this Lincoln Town car. Dinky little wheels. And a Merc C124 Coupe. Another Corrado MGF. And look at this. Suzuki K-Works, is it? Or is it an Alto Works? Look at that for a plaque. We offer the ultimate works to those who really appreciate performance. Keep on moving. 12-valve intercooler turbo. Oh, loving the shelf mounts as well. It is an Alto. There we go. There's the Holden we saw earlier, or HSV, sorry. Seat Ibiza, I think. GTI. Peugeot 306 Rally. Again, stripped out, a bit more focused. So it's a Crown or Athlete, I think. So look, nothing to give the game away. Excellent. Imported Japanese magnificence. Ford Fiesta Popular. Belongs to Sean, who I think is in the passenger seat at the moment. It's the legend of Jim McGill. Nice outfit, sir.
Hello, nice to meet you.
He's big on Twitter, apparently. So, yes, people very, very much looking the part. That's what I'm loving today. But this is a popular or a Popular Plus?
Popular, because it's been completely decontented. No mirror, no glove box lid, no parcel shelf. Hold on, Sean. John, would you like to tell the world about your Popular and how it's not a Popular Plus?
Is it very, I was going to say it's got a rear wiper. That's a bit fancy, luxurious.
With my original sales brochure.
Oh wow!
So it had a tailgate wash wipe added to it.
Wow! What was that? £128 for your rear wiper?
Yeah, because
You've got to have a rear wiper though.
Because as well as the rear wiper, they've also got to change the stalk to get a stalk that has a rear wiper switch on it.
Yeah.
So that's why it costs a lot of money. Yeah. But it's the most important thing is the lack of passenger door mirror.
Yeah, yeah.
That is the world's most expensive blanking plate.
Yeah, this is the weird thing. Ford spent so much money decontenting these cars. Like the original Sierra could be had in a base spec with a black grille, but they developed just for the base model. Craziness. Yeah, lovely to see. You are Sean Hudson on Twitter?
I am at Sean Hudson, or Morsels and Motors on YouTube.
Morsels and Motors, there you go. So yeah, there are videos of this fantastic little car. Good to see you. I've got another 129 Mercedes here. Oh, Subaru SVX coming in. Oh, that'll be John Burgess, that will. Be impressed, folks, it's actually working. We've got a 126 Coupe, beautiful car. Saab 93 is a bit modern, that's 2006. R129, but with the 6-cylinder 320 engine. Another Volvo, and look at this, very early MG Metro 1300. That is absolutely beautiful. It's got little pepper pot wheels, really nice. So that must date from 1983 it says, and that makes sense on a Y plate. So that's kind of the first year of production. Twin cam, Ed Westby on YouTube. Sorry, he's twin cam on YouTube. This is his Metro 1.1C. This is the lowest spec. So this is the popular, effectively. Blanking plugs ahoy. Hasn't got the full bumper on it. Really does look very poverty. Slightly naughty exhaust. What are you up to, Mr. Twin Cam? Jaguar XK8. A replacement of the XJS. Very similar under the skin. Another Golf GTI. Small bumper model. Mazda MX-5. Porsche Boxster. Gosh. And Mitsubishi Evo 4. Rear wiper on a saloon, and some very funky aerials as well by the look of it. Ferrari 308 Mondial. I think this may have been at Festival of the Unexceptional, and they are kind of slightly unexceptional Ferraris. It's a Sprinter Truno from Toyota, the AE86. We got these in the UK with a normal front end on. These have pop-up ones for a bit more woohoo. Headlamp wiper moment on this Volvo V70, bright yellow Toyota MR2 Mark II, Lotus Elise. We saw the NSX coming in, but I think we saw quite a bit of this road coming in. So maybe we'll go and have a wander around. But I think if I try and do every car, given there's still cars pouring into this event, I'm going to drive myself mad. So here we go, R33 Skyline, next one R32. That's the original Godzilla type era one. BMW 3 Series Compact. Another RX-7 and Renault 4. Great cars. Alpha 33 facelift version. Porsche Boxster. We've got another Porsche 928, slightly later one, S4. And I saw this from a distance earlier, the Cavalier Caliber. These were so screaming 80s with this ridiculous, frankly, body kit. And when did you last see one of these? Volkswagen Passat. Lovely car, just lovely, clean, chunky styling, and that would look like a furious Volvo next to a very brown W123 Mercedes. Yum yum. Here's another rarity, Suzu Piazza, magnificent. And yeah, Matt, just as interested in the background, Golf Driver, the one that pretended to be a GTI but wasn't. Another Toyota Sora. Whoa. Another Skyline R32 BMW 6 Series. Great looking car. More great outfits. Oh, and we also got planes towing gliders. I don't like being towed on ground level. I don't think I would like to be towed in the air. Oh, no thank you. Oh, look at this. The original Jaguar XJR on the XJ40. So Tom Walkinshaw Racing involved with the development of these sporty versions. Very nice. Nissan Sunny ZX Coupe. Oh, beautiful metallic green BMW E30 Touring. So we're seeing pretty much every body form of those. A later MG Metro with a revised front end styling. Another XJS. Is it Calypso red? That colour? It's very nice anyway. Another Fiat Coupe. And then we've got a Ferrari 308 Quattro Valvole. They had to develop this version because the emission standards had kind of knocked all the power out of them. So that was a desperate attempt to get them back up there again. Toyota Supra, very nice. Ferrari 456, I think, in front of a Porsche 944. Pininfarina styling. I believe there's a pantograph wiper hidden in there somewhere. Oh, it says 550, so I'm probably very wrong on that. Saab 900 with a Mark II Golf behind. Yeah, just so many delicious cars. Alpha Sud we may have seen before. Lotus Esprit, the facelift edition. The facelift of that car carried out by Peter Stevens, who went on to style the MG versions of the Rover cars. When MG Rover was bought out by the Phoenix Consortium, they developed MG versions of the 25, 45, etc. And yeah, he was responsible for those. Another Lotus Elise, Porsche 924S. The 924S has got the 944 engine. Mark 1 Fiesta XR2, really nice. Another Testarossa, still the 2-door mirrors. Vauxhall Astra Expression, I'm liking that a lot. Another Peugeot 306. Wasn't that a beautiful car? It's a GTI 6. I had the D Turbo version, absolutely splendid. Maserati Quattroporte, which is really, you know, sounds a very exotic name. It means 4 doors, quite literally. That is very nice, very rare sight. Another Mark III Astra, clearly the year for them. Mark 1 Honda Prelude with deliciously brown interior, very nice. Always stood out to me because of the rear wiper on the back. Peugeot 205 GTI 1.9, delightful copper orange Mark III Escort. And if we head over here, we've got more lovely Volvo action. Boxy Volvo. It's a 740 saloon. Is that Lovely Simon's? If it is, I shall have to try and find Lovely Simon. But I think it is. It's got clear indicators, not a factory feature. And next to that, we've got a little cappuccino. I absolutely adore cappuccinos, making this GTR, which is in the wrong place, look very, very enormous. This is a Subaru SVX flat 6 engine, R34 Skyline. It's the first one of those we've seen today. GTR, very, very potent machines. MR2 Mark II, Mark IV Honda Civic, Peugeot 205 looking splendid, and Marcus was an independent builder of sports cars in the UK. Lovely, lovely stuff indeed. Subaru Impreza there, that's an old Saab 900. Mark II Astra, next to a Mark III Golf, which, judging by the noises when it came in, is a VR6. Honda Prelude 4th gens, 2 of. Here is the Isuzu Piazza, handling by Lotus. The Lotus and Isuzu found themselves part of General Motors for a time, and Lotus very much used to improve many models, including the Isuzu Bighorn 4x4s. We don't know why. Volvo 240, Mark IV Escort XR3i. Later Impreza, another AE86. So that one's got the front end more like the ones we got in the UK, but I suspect that's an import as well because it's a saloon body. It's saloon and coupe versions. Another Porsche 911 Mark V Escort with sporty circular lamps, single wiper conversion. Those are very, very period modifications. And Mazda 323, looking very splendid there. Love the aftermarket grille with the lamps in it. And another 124 Mercedes. Whoa, what an incredible event. I suspect there will still be more. There are still cars arriving, but yeah, this has been kind of beyond my expectations, to be honest. I'm putting you up to maximum extension so you can enjoy all of the 90s-ness. It has been superb. Yeah, it is the Lincoln Mark 8 that I drove a good few years ago now. One of my trips up to the northeast of England, where the owner, who is German, hence the German plates, lives. Definitely different, folks. But yeah, this transit van, absolutely superb. It's not the transit van making that noise, that's a Ferrari. Oh, this little Cinquecento is a bit of fun. Done up in a Trofeo style. Ground clearance and massive, massive mud flaps. And over here, really, really minty Mark II Cavalier SRI. Got the Recaro seats. Absolutely lovely. I'm told it's still original paint. It's very, very nice. It's got a louvered rear window on it. Magnificent. And then the final lineup we're going to consider is this one. It isn't the one I've driven before, but it is a Fiat X19. Sounded very, very raughty as it came in. Another Peugeot 106 Rally. This one is for sale. And another Ferrari Testarossa. I do love a Ferrari that isn't red, and that is very, very yellow. And as I was saying earlier, this has got the later, they are indeed 5 stud wheels rather than the centre locks. So that one's a bit of a later one. And another 355 next to it. Very low, very mean wheels. That's a 944. Very, very bright blue. Renault Clio Williams. One of the more subtle hot hatches, I think. And Lotus Elan M100. The front wheel drive Lotus. Moving on from the Elan, we've got this gorgeous the E21s, this generation of 3 Series, but this is the Alpina. So it's a C1 2.3, so that's got quite the power plant in it. Of course, it's got these crazy headlamp wipers. I think we may have seen this drive in, but it's worth having a better look at it. At the interior, Alpina seats. It's like the AMG sort of thing, really. That is a beauty. And that next to that is a Ford Puma with some very silly rally mud flaps on it. And another Cappuccino, the daintiest, dinkiest little sports car. I just love them. I so want to stop filming, but the outfits on the cars just keep coming. Lovely Alfa Romeo 33 there. That's just lovely. Clover leaf example. But yeah, they're just amazing cars. Minis. Where are all the Minis? We haven't got many. This one has a Hubnut sticker on it, so that's good to see. It's a Lexus IS200. This is the car that gave us Lexus rear lights. Remember that? Remember when these were absolutely everywhere? Everyone wanted Lexus rear lights. Lovely E23, BMW 7 Series, Fiat Panda 4x4, acknowledging its Star Pooch 4x4 system. We're in Americana land, another Corvette and another black Trans Am. Definitely giving off some kit vibes. More Skylines, more headlamp wiper moments, more E30s, 2-door saloons. So there we go. I think we've seen every body style now. Yeah, it's another HSV. HSV being the performance arm of Holden and Monaro. By the look of it, V8. Technically a bit new, I think, for this event, but yeah, there we go. HSV Monaro, very nice. Another Volvo 940, loving that colour. Another Saab, another Alpina E30 based.
And then
this time
he kept it for 10 years.
Very nice. Another Porsche Boxster, just creeping into the 90s. 3rd gen Honda Prelude, 4-wheel steering, great to see. And Fiat Cinquecento Sporting. I sat in one of these at the motor show, and what year would that have been? 92 maybe, when they were launched, and swore I would own one. I haven't managed that yet. We've got a TVR Griffith here on the end, a car which packs a Rover V8 engine modified by TVR, and has such interesting items. Oh no, they've been removed. It should have BX windscreen washers, they're gone, but it still has a Citroen CX door mirrors. These will be used on all manner of cars. Switchgear out of a humble Vauxhall. TVR later modified it to look less Vauxhall-y, but those rear lights are off a Cavalier GSI. Very nice. A lovely car over here. Peugeot 309 GTI. Hugely overlooked. So many of them with this sort of gunmetal grey colour. So that's a rare sight indeed. Always liked them because you got not just 2, but 4 extra lamps crammed into the bumper. Very French. As is the GTA Turbo next to it. There's a 2.5 litre, I think, turbo, and wacky windscreen wipers. Test coming very soon on that. May have already been released, you never know. Another Audi S6, looking quite big. Ibiza in this sort of luminous green. A Toyota Corolla estate, quite a rarity. Next to an Escort RS Turbo. Lovely. I'm very pleased to announce I found a Peugeot 405 M16, MI16, sorry. Oh, it's even got, look at that, headlamp or fog lamp protectors. So the MI16 is the 16 valve version. It's pretty much the same engine you'd find in a BX 16 valve. And sadly a great many of them ended up donating their engines to 205s and the like. So it's great to see what's lovely condition. Very rare cars, but we must go along here. Lovely W126 Mercedes. Look at that, 560, 5.6 litre V8. Another Elan M100 with a strange hardtop. That was confusing Richard Porter, sniff petrol, while we were in the press office watching that pull in. Another E39 with that tiny boot spoiler. And there's 5 Series compared with an E28. But yeah, we must come over here because we've got a DeLorean, but it isn't stainless steel. It's green. It does look like green paint. It's still got the grey nose cone. That is very peculiar. You don't see many. I believe there's a red one possibly in the UK as well. Left-hand drive, as were most of them. And then delicious little Fiat Panda Roma that's just pulled in. That's really nice. Well, there we go. Eddie and Bernie have won the show and the 1980s sports car category with their Nissan Pulsar Exa, which is another good opportunity to take in the remarkable interior. Oh, and he's got his 80s ghetto blaster on the back seat as well. Eddie and Bernie both look the part. So that is the raddest car at RADwood 2022. This Audi 90 won Best 80s Saloon, and rightly so. One family from new, never painted, beautiful original condition. And it's very fitting for this Vauxhall Nova was the junior choice. So chosen by children, and my gosh, they've got the same taste they've always had. Apparently modified Vauxhall Novas are where it's at. Best use of Renault Fuego lights, apart from a Renault Fuego. So I think I'm just going to chill out now, catch up with friends, and have a thoroughly nice time. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget you can head to the Hubnut store if you wish, and otherwise I shall see you in a future video. Farewell.